Hi there, my name is Fred Macedo. Welcome back to the channel. I'm here with my companions Rosangela, Rosalie, Rubens, and Leandro, and we're gonna pick a theme from Gospel according to Spiritism. Before we start, I will ask Rosangela for the initial prayer. Please, Rosangela.
Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen.
Thank you, Rosangela. Now I'm gonna share my screen. I'm here with the Gospel according to Spiritism, one of Kardec's book. Let's read about happiness is not of this world. I'm happy. Happiness, I'm not happy. Happiness wasn't made for me. People generally exclaim in every social position. This is this was written in 1863. This, my dear children, proves better than any possible reason the truth of the maxim of from Ecclesiastes. Happiness is not of this world. Indeed, neither wealth, nor power, nor even the flower of youth is the essential condition for happiness. I would say more, not even the combining of these three much desired conditions is, since we constantly hear persons of all ages amongst the most privileged classes bitterly complaining about their situation. What amazes me the most is that this was written like 160 years ago, and is so uh, is like the time haven't passed, because this happens nowadays more than ever. Even the most powerful, even the most beautiful people, the wealthy people that has money and all the facilities, all the amenities of good life, are suffering this despite all that. Let me continue. Faced with such a fact, it is inconceivable that the working and militant classes envy with such avarice the position of those whom fortune seems to have favored. No matter what they may do in this world, all have their share of work and misery, their lot, their lot of suffering and disappointment, from which it's easy to draw the conclusion that earth is a place of trial and expiation. So then those who preach that earth is human beings only home, that is the only there in only one lifetime that they are permitted to reach the highest degree of happiness that their nature will allow, are deluding themselves and are deceiving those who listen to them, since it has been demonstrated through many centuries of experience that this globe entails only in exceptional cases the conditions needed for an individual's complete happiness. Um, Happiness is an exception. If we think about the material happiness, is just a brief moment, and when you have something, you 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 got you have got a new car. Years go by, there's a new model, and you see this new model, you desire this new model, and so you are never truly happy because everything material changes and decay over time. So the only things are that remain are the spiritual things, the moral things. And when we are in in the service of good, to do good things for others, we likely will be more likely happier because we serve others and we don't just serve ourselves. In general terms, one can affirm that happiness is utopia, the search of which successive generations have set out without ever having been able to reach it. For if a wise individual is a rarity in this world, a completely happy one is not any easier to find. That in which happiness on earth consists is something so ephemeral, so brief, for those who do not act wisely, that despite 1 year, 1 month, 1 week of complete satisfaction, the rest of their lifetime slips away in a series of bitterness and disappointment. And note, my dear children, that I am speaking of those who are the fortunate ones of earth, those who are envied by masses. The Spiritists are saying is saying to us that even those who have everything have bitterness and disappointment in their lives. So we do not know the problems of that they face. So we have uh, we have to learn to be thankful for everything we have, even the problems, because when we look to the side, always there is always someone more miserable than we are. Consequently, if the earthly dwelling place is meant for trial and expiation, one must accept the fact that there are more favorable homes elsewhere where the human spirit, although still imprisoned in physical flesh, possess the fullness of the joys connected with human life. That's why God has planted in your solar system those beautiful higher order planets, toward which your efforts and tendencies will someday cause you to gravitate once you have become sufficiently purified and perfected. So, we know by now that every planet has a life, has human beings living there, but they are not seen by us because they don't need anymore a physical body. They are living as spirits. So The only planet in the solar system that we have to live in matter, that we have to live in a physical body, is Earth. So, all the other planets, there are spirits that have sufficient purified and perfected themselves. This is our ultimate goal, to perfect ourselves and get purified by making better choices from day to day. Nevertheless, do not deduce from my words that the earth is dedicated forever to the fate of being a penitentiary. Certainly not, because from the progress already accomplished, you can easily infer future progress, and from the social improvements have been gained, new and more fertile improvements. Such is the immense task that must be accomplished by the new doctrine that the spirits have revealed to you. So now we know that Earth is a penitentiary, a school, and a hospital. All these three things at the same time. That's why we have so much suffering to us, from us, and from all our all our brothers, because we are very imperfect. We are nearer, uh, most close to animals than to angels. So we have a long way to go. So then, my dear children, may a saintly emulation animate you, and may reach one among you vigorously shed the old ways. You must all dedicate yourselves to spreading the spiritism that has already begun your own regeneration. It is your duty to enable your brothers and sisters to share in the rays of the sacred light. Therefore, get, get to work, my beloved children. Within this solemn assembly, may all your hearts aspire to the great objective of preparing for future generations a road on which happiness is no longer a meaningless word. Sorry. François Nicolas Madeleine, Cardinal Morlot, Paris, 1863. Uh, let's think. Opa. Let's think just a moment for what we have read here. So we know that in Earth there is a lot of suffering. Why? Because it's a second grade world, trials and expiations. The first grade world is a primitive world. And we are headed just now to a third class world. There is a regenerative, a regenerative planet when evil and good will be like in the same position. We are no longer be devastated just by evil. In this very moment that we are in transition, looks like that evil is gaining terrain, but the spirits tells us that uh, the evil spirits that were imprisoned in earth, uh, you can say hell for for the other religions, have been given one last chance to live here in earth. That's why the costumes are terrible. The music, we see that have has degraded a lot. even art have a lot of things that we can we can we can that we see and think what this is art. Oh my god, né? All the things are kind of twisted, né? Because the inferior spirits, the inferior human spirits that were imprisoned in earth had been given another chance, but this time will pass because Jesus, the governor of this planet, uh, has summoned a lot of higher spirits to incarnate in earth, and uh, by the thousands, millions perhaps, and these spirits will be in key positions in politics, in arts, in science, to make our world to reach one more degree higher. So we have to keep our faith. And when we say that things are worse, is because we are seeing just a series of small photographs. We are not seeing the movie. We know that a film is a lot of photographs, 30 photographs, 60 photographs per second, and we are seeing just a small part. And because the media always, always, always puts in the paper, in the social media, that one kill another, disasters, we are thinking that everything is worse. But the press doesn't doesn't mention all the things that are happening in our world right now, because this doesn't sell ads, doesn't sell, how can I say, people don't like to watch good news. People get bored, so they people want uh, bad things to happen, because an explosion, a war, and that's why we are seeing just the bad things. And we have to do our part. Our part is to get better every day, changing our way to think, our way to speak things, and our way to act. And when we are in doubt of what to do, we have to think what Christ would do in this situation. And we can think too, if someone do to me what I'm thinking of doing, will I be satisfied with this behavior? And Kant says too that if everybody do something, will the world will be better? For example, if everybody choose to pass through a red light in traffic, will our world will be better or worse? So that was my thoughts for tonight. I appreciate your all your my daughter is banging the door. I will ask Rosangela to say the final prayer. Thank you.
We thank the good spirits who have come to communicate with us and ask them to help us put into practice the instruction they have given us. We also hope they will ensure that each unfold us at the end of this session is fortified in the practice of good and love for our neighbor. We also wish these lessons may be useful for the suffering, ignorant, or vicious spirits who were able to attend this meeting and for whom we implore the mercy of God. God bless you all. Good evening.
Good, good night. God bless you all.
Goodbye.